Hey guys, this is Cameron and the rest of BCB TV. In this video, we'll be discussing our NFL Mock Draft 1.0. And with the first pick, we have the Cleveland Browns. Who do you have them taking, Brendan?
We think they're going to take Sam Darnold, quarterback out of USC. Darnold is seemingly the consensus top quarterback prospect, and the Browns have been having problems with the quarterback position going back probably 15 years. He's the perfect answer to their problems, and unless they trade for a veteran or sign a quarterback like A.J. McCarron or Kirk Cousins, I can't see them passing on Darnold with the first pick.
Yeah, I think that definitely makes sense. I like you said that he was a top quarterback prospect. I wasn't sure about that. Okay. I would say that Josh Rosen would be, but Sam Darnold definitely. He was much higher last year. He had a bit of a down year just based off his previous projection, because we saw him coming in as a freshman and really into the Rose Bowl win. We thought he was going to be Andrew Luck. Right. He kind of faltered a little bit this year with a low supporting cast.
Yeah,
lost a lot of people. But yeah, still definitely the pick for the Browns.
Yeah, I agree with you. I do think Josh Rosen is the top quarterback prospect. But from most of the mock drafts I think I've read, and from most of the scouts I've read online and seen on TV and stuff, I think they're still projecting Darnold to go first. But if I were the Browns, I would take Josh Rosen. He is my favorite quarterback.
Yeah, I think that definitely makes sense.
All right, so with the next pick, we have the New York Giants at number 2. Who do you have them taking, Babu?
So we have the Giants going on to the next quarterback, and that is Josh Rosen out of UCLA. So we think that he is the best quarterback prospect, but with a lot of concerns regarding his off-field stuff and his head going in different places. We definitely have Sam Darnold going number 1 and Rosen number 2. So there have been some reports about his teammates not liking him, his high school coach not liking him, thinking he's too big for his bridges, I guess you can say. He definitely put up the stats to back up his number 2 or potentially number 1 pick, but it's purely the off-field concerns, motivation concerns, his head really just not in the right place.
Yeah, the Giants need to find someone for when they're ready to move on from Eli Manning, and Rosen is definitely a guy you could use to transition from one QB that used to be elite to potentially another one. It would be nice to see Rosen get a couple years maybe to sit on the bench. Like you said, he might have a big head. He might need some time to adjust to the New York spotlight, because it might be a lot for someone like that. And Eli is a great person to teach a quarterback how to deal with that limelight. Mm-hmm. And yeah, he's just a great prospect. He's super accurate and, in my opinion, the best quarterback, like I said before. So I'd be excited as a Giants fan if we went in this direction.
All right, so with the next pick, we have the Indianapolis Colts at number 3. Brendan, who do you have them taking?
All right, we have the Colts going defense here with Bradley Chubb out of NC State. He's a defensive lineman, and come next year, I do not believe the Colts will be picking nearly this high. Andrew Luck will be coming back, and the offense should regain form. And the Colts this year had one of the worst defenses in the league, and I think Colts fans would be excited for a new pass rusher, someone that should really make it easier on the secondary, and it would be a nice building block towards getting back to the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely. We're talking about somebody who broke Mario Williams' sack record at NC State. Wasn't as high as many thought. Wasn't as high as he is now at the beginning of the season, but definitely shot up the boards after he was putting up monster numbers against multi-stack games against all kinds of competition. So definitely, I would say best defensive player in the draft, and the Colts cannot pass him up with that porous defense they have.
Right.
All right, so at number 4, we have the Cleveland Browns. Brendan, who do you have them selecting?
We have the Browns taking Saquon Barkley out of Penn State. He's a running back. Some would say the best offensive player in the draft, or maybe even the best player in the draft. Darnold and Barkley would make a terrific 1-2 punch for the next, arguably, 8 to 10 years for the Browns if they were to go in this direction. He's a do-it-all running back that can catch the ball, run, even return kicks. So if he's available at number 4, the arguable best player in the draft should probably go, and I think he would be a great support to Sam Darnold.
Yeah, definitely. Honestly, he is. Many people are saying he's the best overall player in the draft. We are not completely sure about that. We saw some definitely faults in his game. He put up big numbers in some games, but in other games he completely faltered to the tune of less than 50 yards a game against the big competition, which is definitely it's a concern, and I'm not sure why most people aren't tending to that more. But you can definitely see where the best player available talk can come from. And we're talking about a team who has Frank Gore as their starting running back. They need an upgrade. They have a player. Wait, I'm talking about the wrong team again. We're talking about the Browns, who definitely can use somebody who can be a number 1 quarterback, number 1 running back, Dak, Ezekiel Elliott combination, and I think that can work out.
All right, so at the number 5 pick, we have the Denver Broncos. Who do you have them selecting, Basil?
So for the Denver Broncos, we have them taking Quenton Nelson, the offensive guard. And honestly, so Quenton Nelson, he is a very good player. It might be a little high for him based off just his guard status. Because not many guards go this high. I mean, I guess you can say like Brandon Scherf was the last one to go extremely high like this. But definitely the Broncos are going to need protection for whatever quarterback they bring in. I personally think they're going to get Kirk Cousins. And if they do get Kirk Cousins, they'll have a heck of an offense to go with a heck of a defense. And they need protection to do that. And they don't have that right now. And Quenton Nelson can provide that.
Right. The Broncos are definitely going to have a new starting quarterback in the 2018-19 season. And it'd be really good to start with an elite offensive lineman to protect whoever that quarterback is. Their starting offensive guards are just all right now. And if they do sign someone like Kirk Cousins, that's a huge investment at around $30 million. So investing in him with an offensive lineman is a smart pick. I do think offensive guards there's always one offensive guard that tends to go a little bit higher than they probably should. We've seen plenty of drafts, like you said, Brandon Scherf. And in other drafts, guys like Jonathan Cooper and Chance Warmack went really high, even though they didn't end up doing anything and really were huge busts. Which could happen to Quenton Nelson, because taking a guard here, like you said, I personally wouldn't do it. But I think the Broncos are going to want to invest in whoever they get, whether it be Cousins or they try to get a rookie or whoever. And their guards are only okay, so it might be a little bit high, but I think it's a decent pick for the Broncos.
Yeah.
All right, so next we have the New York Jets at number 6. Basil, who do you have them taking?